Next bird is common shell duck. It has been reported very rarely in Mumbai. I have also published a short note in Indian Birds Journal regarding its appearance in Funde area. It was also cited by some bird watchers in Mumbai, especially in Bhandu pumping station. So it's a good reporting, good sighting. And this common shell duck is a distinctive large, rather it is a goose-like duck of coastal wetlands. It is also observed in tidal mud flats and nearby grassy fields. Less numerous and more local inland at lakes and along rivers also. Often seen walking and grazing, at times in flocks. Striking plumage often looks simply black and white at close range. Head is deep glossy green, broad breast and dark rusty. Male has raised comb at the base of the red bill. Juvenile duller overall with whitish face and earring. This animal or this bird, it was sighted, was probably female, and it was only one species or only one animal or only one bird I saw during my Panji visit. Next is comb duck. This duck, you can also observe some other ducks in the background. This duck is a large bicolored water bird. Both sexes are iridescent purplish green above with a white breast. Males have large black lump on the bill, dark flanks and whitish belly, whereas females have a plain bill and grey flanks. This bird must be either female or must be in a developing phase or in the immature phase. That's why we cannot able to see well developed comb. Not all dark wings occurs throughout much of the South America. That means this bird is migratory one, rarely straying north to Costa Rica, found in freshwater rivers, lakes, marshes, and it is very silent in behavior. You can see several common teals are just taking a sun bath at the bank of the wetland, and there some of them are cleaning their body, cleaning their feathers. Common teal is a tiny duck with a petite and thin bill. Males have a brown head with a wide green swatch behind the eye, creamy speckled breast and mostly grey body. Females are brown, darker overall than other dabbling ducks. Forages by dabbling and tipping up to reach submerged aquatic vegetation. Also regularly walks around mudflats to feed. You can see or you can observe a very nice, very beautiful bird with long sword like beak named glossy ibis. You can also observe its plumage or feathers on the wing are looking very glossy one, and this glossy ibis is known as a red napped ibis, but this is that red napped ibis is another species which is having a red colored patch at the top of the head, and that is a red napped ibis. It is mostly found in plains of the Indian subcontinent. The habitats of black ibis or glossy ibis is in open lakes, marshes, riverbeds, wetlands and irrigated farmlands. They eat fishes, worms from the wetlands. They look very nice when they take take off from the water and they fly in the air with the um, shape of the beak. They can be easily identified even in the air. Ruddy shell duck. You can see there are three very nicely colored ruddy shell duck. These shell ducks are member of duck, goose and swan family. There are very small resident populations of this species in northwest Africa and Ethiopia. They also migrate to our land, but the main breeding area of this species is from Southeast Europe across Central Asia to Southeast Asia. These birds are mostly migratory, wintering in the Indian subcontinent. The ruddy shell duck is usually found in pairs or small groups and rarely forms large flocks. However, molting and wintering gatherings on chosen lakes or slow rivers can be very large. Caspian tern. This bird you can observe mostly. I saw this bird alone and having a very nice beak, almost orange colored, nicely bright color with a black head, complete rest of the body covered by the white plumage, and tail is black in color. Caspian tern is the largest tern in the world. Thick bright red bill, or bright red, or we can say orange, depend upon the maturity, is a distinctive color. Note solid black cap in summer, which turns to black streaks in winter. Feeds by cruising over lakes, rivers, estuaries, and reservoirs, looking for fish, then plunging to catch them. Smooth wing beats, more gull like than choppy flight of the small bodied terns. They are very vocal, giving loud, raucous scream. Next one is a common sandpiper. This common sandpiper is nesting on the ground near fresh water, shallow water, and always take flight low over the water. This species is very similar but slightly larger than spotted sandpiper and widespread across most of the temperate and subtropical area. You can also watch their behavior in some of the forthcoming videos, that they are continuously moving or wagging their tail as well as their neck. They are waders and they are always found in large groups and continuously moving on the surface of the water for for receiving food material, for finding food material on the wetlands. Very common bird, we normally everybody might have saw red wattled lapwing. That red patch is present on the beak as well as next to beak, that is towards the nostrils and running towards eye, is a wattle, so it is a red in color. Other species is also there, that is yellow wattled lapwing. Lapwing is making a very specific sound that we normally heard several times. This is a very large wader bird, very famous for very loud alarm call and found all over India. It's noisy and nature with a loud did he do it? Did he do it? Did he do it? Likewise, such a loud alarm call is giving, saying we people normally this sound comes in the evening. Mostly, you just concentrate that in the evening session, this did he do it? Did he do it? Like this sound is creating by this bird. Must have saying or must have asking everybody that did you done your work of the day. So it's a very interesting one. Make it one of the annoying bird. Normally when we heard this sound so many times or very closely to the human appearance, that makes very annoying to everybody. Next bird is gargani. Very uncommon, unlikely to see this bird. I saw garganis in our area only for 2 years. So 2 consecutive years I could able to see them and click them. After that and before that also I couldn't see garganis. I think due to some road construction work, they must have vanished or they must have lost their habitat. That's why they didn't turn out to our area. Garganis are large breeding range. They are having very large breeding range across Eurasia, winters in Africa and southern Asia. Small and often rather unobtrusive duck of the wetlands with reedy and other fringing vegetation. Migrants can be on more open water, even tidal mudflats. Associates readily with other ducks, feeds mainly by dabbling, handsome male distinctive with big white eyebrow on the dark brown head. Female very similar to the male one, but this female green winged, we can also compare this female with a green winged teal, but head pattern more contrasting with pale eyebrow. You can observe in this picture that this is a female and this is a male, showing clear difference between these two, as male is having a white patch on the eye running backwards towards the head. Next bird is a black-headed ibis. Black-headed ibis, or it is also called as oriental white ibis, is a species of wading bird which breeds in Indian subcontinents. It occurs in marshy wetland and on the coast, where it feeds on various fishes, frogs, and other water creatures like insects. You can see characteristic feature of this bird also resembles with the glossy ibis, but the whole body is covered by the white feathers and only head including beak is completely dark. Next bird is Eurasian spoonbill. Very interesting and very different kind of beak it has. Almost similar to, as far as body pattern is concerned, similar to ibis, similar to egret, but look at the bill or beak. It is like a spatula. So this Eurasian spoonbill is a very distinctive, large, white wading bird with a spatula for a bill. Adult has short crest, yellowish breast patch. First year has paler bill with fine black wingtips visible in the flight. Sleeping birds have horizontal posture and bulging neck versus more vertical stance of the egrets. Found in wetlands with shallow water, including tidal flats, where feeds by sweeping its bill side to side for crustaceans and small fishes. It may be confused with egrets when sleeping, but note stockier, more thickest overall appearance. So it is more powerful as far as the body is concerned. It is more stronger compared with the egret, and the bill is spatula like.